Uncle, don't you see that Simon Ekpa was right? Simon Ekpa yes. I let you show them you see? Yes. For once, he's right. I hate that guy. Remember you forever. But like the government of my leader, I cut my finger,
Good morning. Good morning. This is the voice of Biafra. 97.5. Voice of Biafra. Good morning. Good morning. In the voice of Biafra. 102.2. Enter Biafra. Good morning. YouTube. Voice of Biafra. Autopilot. IPOB. Trusted name of Chukwuka Biama. I want to enlighten our people in the Biafran land, and I want to enlighten the people in the world to understand this secret war going on in the Biafra is too much, It's too much killings, I feel wonder that all the international companies and ambassadors working in this zoo Nigerias have been keeping silent. What they're waiting for? They want when the billions of people die one night in a different category with the militaries, with the poisons, by the cow, by the food, with damaging their farms, with there's no good road, there's every kind of things. And look at how many millions coming up to Europe, coming from that zoo Nigeria. How risky it takes, some hang in Libya, some all over the country in Africans. It's something we can understand that something is because behind this. What do people cause on the Biafran names? Why pay Nigerian people constantly to abuse every constitutions made by the British colonizing and created Nigerians has to believe under Worowo, Ahmadu Bello, and then under Zikiwe, why this constitution has been violated up to now. All the Easterners gonna survive by themselves. All the Northerners, Amajeris, have to feed by the government and responsible by the international welfare, responsible by international affairs, responsible by Aboma, to Bebo, to supporting, to help the Northern Nigerians, to put them in the school, to support them, to give them the food and the rice and whatever. But Easterns and the Westerns, the same country will be survived by their parents, settings on the street. My opinion in this radio is I want people to take decision by themselves, to buy boycott avenue, to do everything undoable to make sure that you have your destiny in your own hand. Freedom of Mazin and the Kano, the end of Nigeria, independent, your own life is enough. You have to feel sorry to your brothers in the Western world, how they survive to feed you. You have to feel sorry how you don't grow up as a family because of the evil implementing Nigeria, scatter you all over the world. Look at it. This is a curse in the ideology of what you watch in Nigerian movie when you was small and the belief is true. Look at what is going on to our life today. To be 419, to be drug abuse, to be secret court, to say your father, to say your mother, all these naive, evil activities. That's why Idu Nation, Biafra want to clean up. That's why the purpose of God bring Mazin and in this earth, to change the manic of all the black fundamentals, perpetualities, and the blindness about religions, about buying and selling, about denying the implementing of every woman being have to creative on common senses, value things around you, and identify what is around you, what is our ancestors was living before the Western people find us through the experiment of Da Vinci, and it makes them to be rise up to know that something behind these beliefs, that the things in this earth So I want to understand these things. To people to understanding that Biafra, anything that goes on in our land now, Western world should welcome it, adopted it. Because Nigeria is betraying you up and down, betraying international constitutions, betraying every manner of activities. Abakari is a drug addict. Abakari is a killer. Abakari is a woman parceller to the Chinas. Abakari is everything manner of activities. Abakari is demonizing Igbos, Biafran people unconditionally. Make them a friend and plan to poison them. Make them a friend and try irrigation for them. Make them a friend to hijack their business, seize it in the airport and the sea, and after he claim it, say he burn it, he sell it for yourself. Have informations from Brazil, from Venezuela, from Colombia, Abakari, to export cocaine to bring in Nigeria. You are the chief security in the airport, you are the chief everything. And he take the job, he said that you have to demonize Igbo people to make sure that every things the government has pushed them to find other way to survive. You have to also take over it with the government. Call it #1 plan for Buhari, war against indiscipline. We're going to condemn all this negative. This is, you're listening to the voice of Biafra. 97.5, autopilot, blessed, we charm all the negative around. We are going to end this morning, and every Biafran people, violent this message, this radio, go all the YouTube channel all over the world, in the Biafran land. Blessed.
When life we promote reaches righteousness, so don't get talent. When I look at you, Jaja City, Jaja come, the man eternity that come right down. When I look at you, bloody city, bloody too, authority in a rude boy town. When I look at you, them tell me how them come.
I thank you, our mothers. I thank you, Eastern Security. I thank you, Autopilot. I thank you, the Janjaweed people, IPOB. Take authority by yourself. Everything you hear from Samuel Rebbe, don't waste time. He's just a messenger, a disciple of Maz. Don't waste your time. Anything you hear for the Queen of Itu, don't waste time. Accept yourself as a Itu nation. We know what we are doing. We are doing the perfect. World can never imagine how it came out to be fat. We are not against Biafra. The world is against Biafra. Everybody to understand implementing the Queen of Itu. Every people in the Biafran land to understand it. Only peace we have is Itu. Biafra is the man in our heart. Truth, honest. Nothing but the truth. That's why you see all the DOS, they are not the Biafran, they are not in our heart. They are Janjaweed people who cause the Biafra. They are the people manifesting that Biafran can never exist. See how they destroy Biafran. Just Mazinan can have adopted for 7 months. Their hand, they adopted Mazinan can is evidence that any reasonable somebody intelligent that their boss have been adopted, nobody under the boss should be active anymore. First active to make sure that it's not happen. As it happen, then they bring a story, no man, bye-bye. Every international world do that. Every freedom fighter do that. And every freedom fighter cannot depending in his leadership was being not to be adopted in the hand of enemy to tell what to do. All those things are rubbish and garbage. So I don't know why our people, Biafran people, still be blinding, following idiot people in the Ledo Biafra, see interested of talking out of point. Complete out of point. Even they skip the fact, even they agitating. They skip the fact that even any country they living in the war, that God didn't create us to be like that, in that unconditional of the poverty or no stable region, makes you to come be somebody in another continent. Skip all these things. Blessed Chukwuka Abiyama. I thank you, Madam Oyibo. I thank you, the Queen of Itu. Mrs. Alewa, Mrs. Onero Febu, and I thank you, Mrs. Alewa. I thank you, all the Godomi Godo women. I thank you, all the Biafran women. I thank you, all the gallant men. I thank you, The autopilot is on the air. We are the highest aircraft in this earth. We have biggest bomb and shelling bombs to defend our land in the air. Listen what coming on in our aircraft in the air. 97.5, voice of Biafra. Take the action. We are protecting by the air. If take action for the ground, we are protecting by the ground. Nigerian Zoo will comply, and the war international will comply and recognizing we are human beings. Because they recognize you are a human being in your activities in the positive side in the Western world. Also in the positive, negative side in the Western world. Also they recognize you as a human being. Put you in the prison there, put everything. So they have to recognize what is going on there. So I thank you, bros. Blessed in the name of Chukwu. This is Atobomb, Bamboye, Ebubago, blessed. I thank you all the Genoa people. We are here. We are coming up to express that systems have to be opened up to the people's life again. Stop messing and wasting of your time with their mass and these failures. First time in your life that the Western government have been compromising to the supporting things they disagree and things they know is not good. And wasting and created the negatives part of them on this today. I talk to the police to be careful and wisely. Focus on what is needful and fight for the right of identifications of the fact of the things going on. Too much corrupt. We have to clean it up. Clean up all this negative. Biafran people are busy. Autopilot are busy. We are cleaning up already. Today for me is end of DOS. Blessed in the name of Chukwu. It's I love you people all the Biafran people. Blessed in the name of Chukwu. Blessed. We'll continue. Also tonight we'll come up because our radio is on the live, YouTube go all over the world. Blessed. Everyone's in the WhatsApp all over the world, especially those African people who are buying and sellers and workers, never breathing, never have holidays, never have sense of human being or dignity of life of human beings all their life, to target every money, every catch they can see, have bigger agenda that they never recognize their own blood, their own self, and being slaving upon slaving and call themselves their worshippers. Charm 0.0s. All these people call themselves black people and are idiots and ideology fundamental to be proud in another country and being second class citizen. It's a very negative. I talk to you people the reality of the life. That's what's going on. This last track.
A word from the wise, don't try to make life on your own. Remember that child just by your side. For I was a soul who was lost, and my life was in despair. For among evil forces in which I played, comes an ammunition.
One thing, exporting refugees being in the Western world is also their Obama ammunition of the sponsors has been implementing all this also the manner of activities going on. United Nations can understanding there is no one born to be deaf, to be not understand the signal of the right of the world. It's very shameful and painful how the people call themselves blacks are food for Italy's and begging money on the street, food for Libyans and dying unnecessarily. Black life matters. Christianity life matters. We're killing ourselves unnecessary sufferance when that multiple international, multiple giant of Europeans have been stand ground by you to create their nation to be stand. God bless the Mazin and the Kano. Respect Samuel Repe. IPOB come turn to joke. We clean it up, autopilot. We're in the air. Don't let the poor police to speak upon you. Don't let the poor soldiers to speak upon you. Stop all this kind of obey to any system of Nigeria because you don't understand it. Hope Ozadimba, their telephone is sharing people is to finish your life, to identify your life, and to try all your family in anywhere in the world. But we already condemned them because that is the beginning of the animals people. Those 419, because Ozadimba was a 419, he was an robber. All these things can't be a governor in Nigeria. It's a very, 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 very Western people. I don't understand all these things. Can we close Nigeria today? Let black people free. Trust my word. Evil country. Criminal can be a governor. Even the current dead president, Buhari, was a criminal. Even Obasanjo was a criminal. Tell me who is saluting this country. Leta Pasha was a criminal. Tell me. IPOB was a proportional 419. Babangida was a criminal. He is the founder of Uzadema. He is the founder of the force deceiving all the whole Biafran people. Put them, gonna make all the money gonna make. Created all this evil, IPOB. Abiara died unnecessary. Deregoa died unnecessary. Kinsaro died unnecessary. Every time I call on one of Oluwa to stand up to join the autopilot group as the two nations. Because I know the cause of the Biafra is confusing you people. But you people are Biafra by the speaking too. Biafra, Biafra, Ogoni, stand up. This is our radio life. Moving on. Our plane is on the air. It's 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 on the air. We are flying the land of Idu. It's on the air. We'll clean it up. Yes, sir. We are going to clean it up. Rise up. Mazindanika, let's our flag. No DOS to fool you. No Nigerian government to fool you. No governor to fool you. It's no more. Yes, Voice of Biafra is on the air. 97.5. We are communicating. Stop tearing down each other. When the rocks stop free the people. Over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Don't believe 1 minute that they are with you. Stop free the people. Over hills and valleys too. Don't let them fool you. Thank you. Around 8 o'clock tonight, Biafran time, Samuel Redber, the captain, field marshal of autopilot, will give us the letters. Blessed in the name of Chukwuka Abiyama. The field marshal will give us the letters. Autopilot field marshal. Samuel Njoko Redber. Eastern security. We are in the air. If in Amalo, Yamaria. Yeah, what you don't know is bigger than you. You man cause so blessed and I'm going to you say. We need every gallant man. I said it as the last point. Stand up. We already finished the whole works. We want our FM, every state, stand up. It's very simple. Njoki is there. You say. 14 days. He say, and it's happening as Nankan is free. He say, all the whole state in that zoo to cross Amazonia, who will put it in 2 weeks. Trust me. And every broadcasting, more than 30,000 people will follow. From this even going, blessed in the name of Chukwu Kabiam. Anna Gwonele, he say.
God is doing something and God is still doing something. I said, your own wife will send me your body.
Yes, sir, we miss you, Consul. Our soldier, we miss you. Autopilot will remember you forever. We have to change the grassroots to a consulate. We have to change the government house to a council house. Blasted. Onyeche Street, we have to change the situation. Blasted. Chukwuka Abiyama. Our soldier, Ikenso, Chinasa Nworu, has implementing your dead. Chinasa Nworu killed 59 our gallant men before autopilot to stop him. Stop him immediately. We are waiting for a justice. First of all, he shut down for the little Biafra, and that is over for him. And second of all these kind of manner of activities he created, Biafra land, the two nations will express himself to him. Blasted him. When talking of spiritual world, this is what gonna happen. And the Mazinan can is already free. I'm saying it because the two nations working reality, our soldiers. Yes, sir. We want to represent ourselves. Blasted. Yes, sir. 9.97.5. Blasted. He say, enter Biafra.
I will get it. So don't send audio again. Now, another one.
Oh, believe me, I swear we hear of my children. I swear we hear of my children.
He say, thank you. Thank you, everyone. In this hour, we are going to give the authority to Universal to call upon Chukwu Kabiama to pray for all these good things going to come in, should be happening. I thank you, Ezeyawen Chineke. I call upon you. I call upon you in this hour, and heaven and earth. Nothing but the truth. And truth will reach of your needful or your expectations for your dimension for the created in this universal. That you do kingdom of Biafra will be right. That all the causes and the enemies will chant down from Biafran name. When you do stand up, I thank you, Chukwu Kabiama. I call upon you at the beginning of the created, heaven and earth, to remember Idu Eze, remember Anademba, remember Onuneku, remember Ejembe Nwilo, remember Ozodobi, remember Ofoche. These those ancestors have been ruled the world before Jesus, before Noah, and tens of the Christianity have been implemented today. This is the truth and the fact in the China and all over the world, the whole world. I thank you, Chukwu Kabiama, on this hour. And this date, we call upon you. The purpose implementing Mazin and Nikano in this earth will come to be fulfilled. Call upon you. The purpose implementing Odumogu Juku will come to be fulfilled. Call upon you. The purpose implementing William Effion, who gonna be from full. We call upon you in the name of Chukwuka Biama. We are now live direct. Voice of Biafra 97.5. The fulfillment to fulfill. Blasted Samerebe Njoko Eastern Security. With you, the fulfill of this prayer and this hour we will deliver in the name of Chukwuka Biama. We correspond it in the museum, we correspond it in the bush, in the forest, in the street, in the market, in the junction, in the canal, in the river, in silent and with the family. We lift it up, stand for the truth and honest. Samuel Ebe Njoko will fulfill this promise of our ancestors. I thank you. Mazen and the Kano have a message to you. You say you're doing good. You keep on doing good. I'm watching. I'm watching where I not expect to be watched because I cried it out. There is nobody. I need 100 men. I cried it out as the work of the Chukwuka Biama, telling that the prayer we pray in the secret, we pray it in the public. Your hand to be clean because evils will become up. I thank you in the name of Chukwuka Biama. And Samuel Ebe will deliver it. Samuel Ebe will deliver it. This prayer, I call upon the mother of the land, the queen of Idu, Mary of Ebu. Okay, man. Eze wine. Ana afunu milo. Ana afunu nyo. Ana afuna mili. Ugobe. Ojana muwa kebo. Nna muloge. Jife. Nna muloge. Joku. Ofodrege. Queen of Idu. I thank you in the name of Chukwuka Biama that implementing you. That's all our ancestors have mentioned will be delivered with you. Blessed name of Chukwuka Biama. On this hour, we want to charm every evils from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, from the central, from the south. We chant them down in the name of Chukwuka Biama. We lift it up in the highest level of universal without looking back on this moment to cancel and condemn every DNA agitated in every citizens, jealous and envious, Oscars one piece, in all this of fundamental and DNA and their mechanism and their transformer and their diodes and their panels and their IC and their mental and their melodies. We condemn them from today that the spirit of Samuel Ebe, we cannot create agitated into them. The spirit of Mazinan cannot create mentalism into them. We jam all this negative on these hours. Every living soul as a black and African, as a Nigerian, call themselves blacks, having today to have to repent, to understanding the truth. All this negative from blackmails of God working to lead your family, you people are holy, other family are dirty, they're gonna be there, and the pastor cancel them. All this negative will stop. Blessed name of Chukwuka Biama. I pray for autopilot. Blessed Sisima, all cause, it pass a lot through. I call upon you, Chukwu Kabiama, blessed, keep on blessed, Sophia Owa. It doesn't matter what you call about her, she's keep on positive all his life. No fearless woman. I thank you. I thank you all our sisters in the Godomigodo, blessed. I thank you all our mothers in the Biafra land, Idu nations, blessed. All this cycle will stop. It's not a curse. That the curse they put in the Biafra will make us to scatter all over the world. Janjaweed to cover and conquer us. Don't forget our populations in our women. Women population in Biafra is overwhelming. Women population all over the world is overwhelming. We have to engineer to stand for our ladies, our mothers, our daughters. Their population cannot be valueless. Their population have been implementing, not Janjaweed ideology. I thank you, Lord, to charm all this negative. In Joko, I stand for the highest authority. Give you the name of Field Marshal of autopilot, disciple of Mazen Nandekano. I thank you all. I thank you, United Biafra, Ofojono, Okune Kukwesi Kuya, Letuoga Shono, Onyoshi, Chinasawuru. Dan, I thank you. I thank you, Abanaba, Sonny. I thank you all, our women, our brothers in autopilot. We are coming up to raise up your names. We have action to take. Sit at home in name of Chukwu Kabiama. Bye-bye, Ebenu, in name of Chukwu Kabiama. Resistance shut down every foreign event has not cooperating with the reality. Shut the pipeline down. Uguta, Ndoni, Olani, Sapele. Shut it down. Shut it down completely. Owere. All the pipe they transfer the oil from Owere, from Oba. Olifte. Atane. Mbudi. Toumuleri, Tagre. All the whole pipeline to close. Toguta 2. Tondoni, we have to shut them down completely. We have to stop Pontu, transport the oil from Ndoni River to Oguta 1 to Oguta 2. We have to stop the fire, gas, natural fire burning on Oguta 2. We have to take implementations in a positive side. I thank you all the Biafra. In the name of Chukwu Kabema. This is the prayer. I pray for the autopilot. I thank you all the Western people to understanding that if you're not understanding, I will come up to tell you what is going on. Charge me for every prayer of the goodness of the Biafrans and the problem to be solved. Should be implemented in the name of Chukwu Kabiama. Breasted, say. Yes, sir. We are live, moving on in the voice of Biafra. 97.5. Autopilot. Samuel Benjoke. Listen to him tonight. 8 o'clock. We will hear bombshell coming out in the Biafra. In the world, expose it. Blessed name of Chukwuka Biama. This is our radio station. Yes, no more places except this place. Autopilot. Say. Yes. Thank you once again. Blessed name of Chukwuka Biama. Yes, blessed. We are going the positive side. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are going the positive side. We thank you once again. We want to inform the world that the silent war going on in Nigeria, secret war going on in Nigeria, we cannot tolerate that, and they want a light world to understanding, and this secret war and silent war is more dangerous things anyone can imagine, can even express, can witness it or acclaim it. On this notice, we learned in our right by the constitution of the world to enlighten, to expense how the world can understanding, to expose the secret world by our civil resistance, by the constitution of the world, to sit at home, to buy Cote Avenue, and stand to the task for the foreign investment in our land, to fulfill for the needful, to comply for the indigenes in the land. And this notice, we have to take control to shut down all the pipelines and claim our needful on every foreign investment in our land should be comply with the Biafran people, the two nations. The key many times in the Biafran names is our language, but we are a two nation at this moment. This war going on by unofficial be betraying the war constitution to terrorists, to attack terrorists without proof by the court, and taking action and eliminating is a Fulamizations of indigenes of Idu. But the Idu names, no one can Fulamize them. Biafran names, yes, because they terrorize them and give them terrorists. Because Biafran is our language, by our perpetual and our weak point and our sense of mind to show people who we are, and that be oracle to the world today. So I call upon Midu Nation, Obatagwe, that all this negative will chant down. We will take upon ourselves to stand for our right and have our own right to decision for what you want to the world, to recognize that from the Biafran people. as a do nation. I thank you at this moment.
we are lifting Biafra music. The word we are lifting our strategy. We are coming in stage. We can explain the fundamental of exporting ammunition, increasing overwhelming of refugees coming to this world. We are coming to explain the deal Aboma has been created stability in our African continent. Also, I'm talking to the president of France, French president, to understanding overwhelming of refugees from every France-Franco country is too much. I want you to understand that. We are talking of the Prime Minister of Holland, to understanding that you have right to give people chance first time they're in the country. You have to understanding what is doing transparency in effort of condemning other nations' passports by immigration. That one thing or another, we have authority for them to do that, and it created a lot of people to be in refugee, to force to seek asylum in Holland, to catch up with people in the seaport, transport into another country. We have to send them back to the country they come and let them go straight to the country they're going. We don't need to give them opportunity and give them faith, hope that chances in Holland when we know that it makes chances. All this is created more immigrants in the Holland, and it created more business of too much lawyers, and it created more business of different departments to handle refugee issues. Created every refugee have to have 3-4 lawyers, lawyer for detention, lawyer for asylum, lawyer for this, lawyer for this. All this lawyers don't have any autonomy to defend the right of any foreigner to refugee as a lawyer. So all this is what has got to ING. So those things they told, I want them to understand it. If the bad Nigerians and Africa is not good, why these people are coming? Look to the interrogation, information to the state for everyone who call themselves Nigeria or Africa to know what is behind that. Those who have the government the responsibility. So this kind of transparency you have to go too deeper. Because we need Biafra unconditionally, because the situation of the black people is not going to work in this way forever. No, things must be changed. We must be changed. That's why Mazin American is in this place. We must change. That's why we do nation will come out. We must change. That's why Biafran people are agitated. We must change. That's why Biafran people are cleaning up all the negative people of Biafra, because we want to be pure and lighter than the snow and pure like the water, shining like the sun, blasted. It's the back of story. But we'll come full story on this. Also to explain to the world to understand the impunity and injustice have been implemented in Nigeria as an official system. This is unacceptable in any country in the world, any place in the world. The ideology of the ambassadors from foreign countries being in Nigeria, they come to believe more than any person. Ideology of all the companies in Africa and Nigeria has been general to take responsibility in development. The kind of ideology is going there is normal. It's not going to be normal. That is what we are chanting. We have to close Nigeria possible this year to solve all the situation. You know what is going on in Ukraine? It doesn't mean anything. What is going on in Nigeria is bigger than what is going on in Ukraine. The world wants peace, recognizing Biafra and indigenes, listening to the people in that Nigeria that will be British imaginated and created as a country has to be subjugated and bring disability in the human being in life. Western people, what we are watching is what is behind the scene. We want to expose every negative and people who make blackmailing efforts, who make petitions, who rise, and everything we try to make it right. So that's why we try to expose them, the people to be right, to make things right. Because we're already in the right channel, that Muslim is already there in Nigeria, that's not what led to the actions while he was being there to be started. So that's what channel we're doing, that's what Eastern Security doing, that's what autopilot are doing. So Western people are understanding channel right there. And I want every governor, every intellectual or international representative have to recognize what I'm saying now, because you guys know what I mean. And you understand what I'm saying. Yes. And I hope, and soon come, and time is coming, that they can understand it very clearly. And I hope that all those who call their black people hustling on the money, call themselves my friends, call themselves my family, call themselves any man of the things, to understanding that they are going to the church and going to the mosque and going to everything without look the fact of your fellow. You have to change your character, change your speech, change your mindset, recognizing that no one is bigger than anyone on this earth, recognizing that God is not lying, that He created us equal in the common sense. This life we are living is not fair. Western people can tell you the truth because they pass it to you before they get it right. Biafra will make it right for you. Muslim and the family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Samuel up there. We're gonna put it down. This game is over. We have to move forward.
Blessed in the name of Chukwuka Biama. Thank you. Welcome, people, once again. We know what is the truth in the reality of the life. What transparent today that it shows no democracy, no decisional law or justice in Nigerian constitutions, and the proof today the same game of adopted Mazin and Kanu should there's no reason to be caught. At the same game as going on, we use the opportunity to understanding that the barrister Ejiofor, what he has meant and commenting in interview 1 week ago, or let's be maybe 6 days ago, has come to be fail again.
Yes,
He's
sir.
solely bothering, applauding, shouting,
Yes, sir.
said the miracle, wonder,
Yes,
and
sir.
the
This is
heaven
the
and
last
the earth.
time.
Means today is the miracle happen, that is a failure, and it's a failure, and stop to failure. I want to use the opportunity to pray for autopilot, IPOB, to pray to Chukwuka Biama, to be able to strengthen us, and be able to guide us, and be able to keep us together in one unity and make things right in our life. So I call upon you.